Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Gordon. And the reason we call it Just Ed is because it's just Ed that do the talking. Good morning, Ed.
All right, good morning, Steve, to you and the family. Just a note of caution. If you have little ones listening, we're going to be dealing with a little bit of adult content this morning, so you might want to take that into consideration. All right, I was grabbed by this headline last week. Killed by her back alley butt implants. No, it's not a joke. This story is about a 20-something-year-old girl who died after botched surgery to get a larger butt. As a father of a young woman and a man who likes a woman's natural beauty, I was bothered by this headline on many levels. First, the young lady. As I looked at the picture that accompanied the article, I couldn't help but wonder, how could an already beautiful young woman be so consumed with getting a, quote, better, end quote, look for herself, that the result would be her death? But the question is more rhetorical than anything, because it's easy to see why. What I'm about to say next is harsh but true. Society played a role in this young woman's death. Yes, society has blood on its hands. I'll get to that in just a moment. First, let's look at how we arrived at the sad end of her story. After undergoing a procedure in 2009, she would opt for more augmentation. But for the other procedures, she chose not to go to a clinic. She needed to save money, so she had the procedures done in basements by doctors with questionable surroundings and credentials. This kind of back alley surgery is becoming more commonplace as women seek to change their look and have no real economic means to do so. Board-certified, licensed medical personnel are out of their price range. From breast implants to facelifts to, as in this case, butt enlargements, the horror stories are growing and growing. We've seen the faces of people who've had so much plastic surgery, they are almost unrecognizable, and in some cases disfigured. And it's not just women. Think about the late, great Michael Jackson, or take a look at some of today's Hollywood actresses and actors. And it's getting younger and younger. Many of them are going under the knife before they hit 40. And it's not always for better results. There is even a reality show that looks at bungled operations. We've heard the stories of so-called doctors using things like cement to make breast and butts fuller. They prey upon people so desperate to change their appearance that few, if any, questions or concerns are raised by the soon-to-be victims. The other issue is that much of this is less a physical issue than a psychological one. Somehow, people are looking for acceptance or confidence or self-worth through how society ranks you. And for women especially, the pressure to look a certain way is huge. Now on to what I mentioned earlier, and that is society's role in all of this, including the death of this young woman. For decades now, we've talked about the media and the images that are bombarding all of us. We talked about how the pressure, especially for young women, to look a certain way has to be lessened. We place far more importance on what you look and dress like than we do who you are inside, or more importantly, knowing that the outside you, the one you're born with, is beautiful without any changes. But no, from weaves to color contacts to skin darkening or lightening to surgery, we want to change. We are never satisfied. We keep talking about convincing young women to love their looks and embrace what's God-given. But then we turn around and keep airbrushing and touting the unattainable image of beauty that Hollywood magazines and videos tell women they should look like. Unfortunately, it's too late for this young lady and others who met a tragic end. I just hope this story will start to show that trying to obtain the unattainable is foolish, and the search for this false ideal of beauty isn't worth dying for. All right, that does it for me today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Ed L. Gordon and check out my Facebook page as well. Steve and the gang will be right back after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.